Hope you enjoyed our day. It was pretty nice. I know you folks up in Longview had showers on and off this morning, and we had some of that along the north coast. But really, most of us outside of those areas saw dry weather. It is coming up on 5:30 on this Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed today. The high temperature at the airport, by the way, PDX was 58 degrees, 5.8. The low temperature this morning was 36. I call that a double double because I actually hit the high and the low exactly right for the airport, which is not as easy to do as you might think. Okay, fog, huge story this morning. It was about as thick as it ever gets in downtown Portland. The Portland Spirit Landing, you can barely see, you can't see the far end of the Tilcomb Crossing. As thick as that fog was, it fairly quickly went away. By 10 o'clock this morning, we started to get some sunshine, and with that, these were the 5 p.m. numbers. Again, PDX reporting a high of 58. At 5 p.m., Portland was 57. Salem the same, and Vancouver was also 57 degrees. Okay, tomorrow is a lot like today. Most of us will stay completely dry. There is a spotty shower chance tomorrow, but for the most part, dry weather, partly cloudy skies expected. I want to go ahead and focus entirely on the storm front coming in Friday night because it looks like a pretty good system. So here's the Pacific satellite picture this afternoon. That low that we've been tracking forever finally made its way off the coast of San Francisco this afternoon. They had winter storm warnings for the Sierra Nevada mountains, part of the range anyway, today. The travel on I-5 between Ashland and down over the Siskiyou Summit was fine. Every time I checked out the cameras, it was mainly dry and the pavement was in good shape. So that system has moved down out of our reach. In fact, tomorrow we get a return of a westerly flow. And again, there is a spotty shower chance. Okay, the front that I'm tracking is this one way back here. Now notice the map. Here's Portland. Here's Alaska. So this is clearly air that's coming down out of the Gulf of Alaska. It's going to be cold air. The front right here will be coming in. It looks like current timing is right about midnight Friday overnight in terms of crossing the I-5 corridor. And it's going to come with rain, some noticeable wind, breezes, but not anything that would warrant a warning. I think the highest winds at the Oregon coast, Friday late afternoon, evening, could be up to maybe 50, 55 miles per hour. That would not warrant a wind warning. I suppose the Weather Service could pop up a wind advisory, but that would be southwest winds gusting at least to 40, 45, maybe to 50, 55 along the Oregon coast Friday late day evening. That's the way it looks right now. Winds in the Rose City, Salem, and Vancouver will pick up from the south, but we'll mainly see gusts reach 30 miles per hour, maybe a little bit stronger than that overnight as that front comes in. And then Saturday, everything kicks more to the west. There will be some typical gusty west winds in the gorge, but we're talking about, probably things no more than 40 miles per hour from the west and Hood River. And again, that's kind of typical stuff, right? Okay, let's talk about how much rain. This looks to be a good moisture maker. So this is one of the American models, the Global Forecast System. This is how much rain would come in and fall from Friday afternoon through the day Saturdays. That's the main part of it. Steady rain picks up Friday afternoon, the heavy rain band Friday night, occasional shots of rain Saturday. This particular model gives Portland 81/100ths of an inch. I put the numbers down here. Salem 92, Kelso 62/100ths of an inch, and really about the same at the coast. Newport 85/100ths of an inch. It does print out some decent, measurable precip across much of the state, and certainly hits the mountains with it with a pretty good bit of moisture as well. Of course, Saturday is April 1st. That would be a wet start on April Fool's Day, right? Okay, what about snow? This model shows you snow amounts for Friday. Again, the same thing, Friday p.m. This extends all the way through Sunday. So kind of the storm total starting Friday through the weekend. Mount Hood, 14 inches potentially at Government Camp, 26 inches potentially at Meadows and Timberline. So that's a big snowmaker, right? The Coast Range, lower elevations 4 inches. You get up above 1,000 feet, could be a foot. That's Highway 6, Highway 26. Metro Hills, this is going to get into what we've been seeing, and that is starting, where did I put my forecast map? Starting Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. The snow levels will be low, 500 feet, maybe near the valley floor. We'll do that again Sunday overnight into Monday morning. We could do that again Monday night into Tuesday morning. So through all of that, this ongoing chance, if you live up in elevation, Mount Scott, especially if you live in some of the Cascade foothill communities, Estacada, up into Sandy, the hills up in Kalama, Hawkinson, for example. You have this ongoing chance of picking up some accumulating snow through those periods. But the big chunk of it will be up in the Cascades and the Coast Range. And the Coast Range, starting Saturday morning, there could be snow over the higher passes of Highway 6 and 26. And then certainly Saturday afternoon through Sunday into Monday, Coast Range travel will be impacted with snowy conditions at times. So we'll keep an eye on that. This is just kind of a couple of fun things I wanted to point out. Again, more weather modeling. This is Saturday. This is the American Global Forecast System model. This basically, I don't know if you can see this at home, but these black lines are arrows. They're streamlines. It just shows the moisture fetch coming in straight from the west. And that's important because, when winds come in off the west, off the Pacific, they slam into the Coast Range. And then they slam into the Cascades. And when the wind hits those mountains, it does what you would do if you were in your car. You come up against a mountain and you get lifted. You have to drive up over it, right? So the wind gets lifted. And if you go back to studying your water cycle in second or third grade in elementary school, it's that lift that increases the evaporatory rates and increases precipitation rates. So when we get an all-out west flow, that's when we start to expect those 2 feet of snow amount, 2 foot or more of snow falling in the Cascades and some good snow in the Coast Range. So that's set up. And of course, if you have cold air advection coming in, it just ignites that even more. So this green batch right here is just the chunk of colder air out of the Gulf of Alaska, remember, that's funneling in with those west winds. So we're going to feed off of this cold air mass behind that front. The front midnight, Friday overnight, into Saturday. We feed off of the cold air mass on Saturday, on Sunday. And then Monday, we start to let up out of all of this. We'll get into a more gentle northwesterly flow. There will still be some scattered showers, and there would still be some scattered showers on Tuesday. But again, the main chunk of what we're going to see is Friday p.m. and actually into the day Sunday for mountain snow. So snow levels Friday, 3,000 feet. Storm comes in at midnight. Saturday during the day, we fall all the way down to 1,200 feet. Sunday morning, 500 feet or lower. Remember this game. We played it often. Monday morning, 500 feet or lower. There's that game. And then Tuesday, I think we start to warm up and pull out of that. And then right now, we have dry weather expected on Wednesday and on Thursday. So here are the forecast headlines. Steady rain arrives Friday afternoon. Really steady rain, heavy rain at times, potentially Friday evening and overnight. If you have plans Friday night, just expect it to be raining. And then not steady rain, but just occasional shots of rain coming on Saturday through Saturday night. And then the winter storm, likely winter storm warnings will be issued for Mount Hood and possibly for the Coast Range as well. And then we get into the snow levels getting below 1,000 feet Saturday night. So kind of the main bullet points that we talked about. So if you jump to Friday, 4 to 6 inches on Mount Hood, snow levels initially 3,000 feet. Then they tumble down to 1,200 feet during the day. Saturday, that's 8 to 14. So if you add up Meadows and Timberline, that's 6 plus 14, that's 20. Plus 6 on Sunday, there's 26. And there's your big 2 feet or more of snow totals up on Mount Hood with the low snow levels. And traveling will be difficult with cold temperatures. All right, 7-day forecast numbers for Portland. Again, tomorrow, a lot like today. Today we hit 58. Tomorrow got us at 57, kind of partly cloudy, a spotty shower. Could be some fog in the morning again. Could be some spotty freezing spots. I think Oregon City got down to freezing this morning. There were several spots that got down to freezing. Friday, a dry morning, cloudy skies. Rain develops in the afternoon. We could go up to 53. We got the rain Friday night and the Saturday. Saturday steady, 42 to 48 temperatures. And then look what happens. We don't hit 50 on Saturday. We don't do it on Sunday. We stay in the 40s again Monday. We may just make it to 50 on Tuesday. And then we get a dry day. Now, if this holds true, Wednesday would be dry. The batch of air shows warming, and just like that, we'd have a normal spring day with temps up to 60 degrees. We'll see if that works out. Okay, I'll be watching this. I probably won't do an update tomorrow if nothing looks like it has changed, but I will be here with the latest on Fridays. We eye that storm front coming in Friday night. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Please tell your friends about my channel. I hope you enjoy these forecasts and find them to be informative, and I'll talk to you soon.